Hello, this is Shade Tree Carl, and I'm going to attempt to do a unorthodox latch installment here on my wrought iron gate that leads into our front area towards the front door. We have a dog we put out front, and sometimes the people leave the gate open. It doesn't have a spring hinge on it. It doesn't have an easy latching mechanism, and then the dog runs away. So I've got to drill holes to accommodate the latch, and that's where I was able to get some usefulness from a YouTube video on how to drill through metal. I don't have all the fancy bits, but what I did learn is go ahead and set your drill setting to 1, all right, the slowest speed, and then I just used the graduating bit sizes going up. So I started with a small one, got to a larger one, and then got to the final size for this particular latch, which is a 5/16 bit. So I successfully drilled the first hole, and so I'm going to go ahead and drill the rest of the holes and see how this works. I've marked the second hole, and then I have this weld right here that I'm going to need to take off because the handle won't lay flat on the wrought iron. So I'm going to do that now. This is the grinding wheel that I use. You can get these inexpensively at Harbor Freight. I believe it's a 4-inch, 4.5 inch, and a special diamond blade for cutting metal. And I got the weld off, so now the handle will lay flat. This is the smaller bit I used to drill a pilot hole first, and then I graduated to a larger bit. Break off the spindle on the line closest to the inside of the door, but not inside the door. So you can see which line that would be right there. So I'm going to bust it off right there. I have broken off the spindle on the proper mark. The handle also comes with 3 sets of screws of different lengths, and the one that's going to work best for my application is going to be the longer of the 3 sets of screws. So I'm going to put the handles together. Okay, I've installed the latch. It works properly. So you depress the handle and you can see that it moves to open the latch. Okay, so obviously it's so close to the wall you won't be able to use your left hand, so you'll have to use your right hand. Alright, or you can simply just open it from this side. There'll be no reason to lock it. Okay, it's now time to attach this device, whatever it's called, to my stucco wall. All right, so the latch can catch onto it. So at Home Depot, this is what I purchased, are these stucco anchors. I believe this was the smallest diameter one that was at the store, 3/16. All right, and they're 1.5 inches long. Here are those stucco anchors. All right, so those will adhere to the stucco wall, and it comes with a pilot hole bit. All right, and it's a masonry bit of sorts based on the tip, and so we're going to attempt to see if we can fasten it to the wall. Okay, the first thing I do is I mark the hole with a Sharpie where it needs to be. I marked it here, marked it down here. Then to get the hole started, I got a nail, a nice heavy-duty nail. Just mark right where the mark is and right here, just so the drill bit has something to bite into. All right, so put the pilot hole drill bit that came with the stucco anchors, all right, on the slowest speed. I drilled through this one, and I was about to drill through this one. And I'm starting to record. All right. All right. Start it by hand. All right. It's like it's vertical. Looks pretty good. So we're going to tighten the rest of the way. Just snug. Don't over tighten because you'll bust out the stucco and you'll lose the grip. All right. Looks pretty good. Let's see how it closes. Perfect. And we'll come over and get a little side view here. All right, so now the latch opens. Gate swings open very nicely. Looks like it's going to work just fine. All right, cool. So now I need to work on the self-closing spring. That'll be probably the biggest challenge and the last step. All right, and it's going to attach to this cinder block wall. So I'm going to have a different bit. Here's the gate spring I'll be using. I took it off of a old wooden gate that I'm no longer using in the backyard. All right, you can buy these, I think 10 to 12 bucks at Home Depot or Lowe's. All right, and so we're going to drill these holes into the block wall and then through the wrought iron gate and see if we can get this to self-close so that this gate will all by itself, so the dog won't run away. Okay, I had these particular machine screws that I'm going to use to attach the gate spring to the wrought iron fence. All right, so I just drilled my two smaller pilot holes, so now I'm going to drill the main hole so these will slide easily through the wrought iron fence. Spray a little WD, keep it cool. Okay. Perfect fit. I'm going to put a small lock washer on each one. Okay, we're now on to the final phase of the project. Bought these at Home Depot for drilling anchors into the concrete pilaster. So we got these 1/4 inch screws, or anchors I should say, and then you buy this concrete drill bit for this size anchor for use with 1/4 inch diameter anchors. Alright, so here we go. I believe I ran into some metal that was maybe embedded in the concrete, so I switched over to a regular drill bit and I was able to get a little bit further. So I'm going to use a couple of washers as spacers for this bottom, for this one that I ran into the problem. Alright. Okay, the last part is to get the spring put in tension properly and then test the gate. Alright. First of all, you need to make sure the fixed part of the pin is pressing against the wall so that when you open the gate, it's going to put a twist, a counterclockwise twist on the spring, so that when it releases, then the tension in the spring will self-close the gate. All right. So the way you do get it set right is it's got a bunch of holes around the perimeter. It's got this pin. All right. So I started probably 3 or 4 holes back. So I got me a nice sturdy, you could use a nail, a thick nail. This is a thick awl. Basically it's a ground down screwdriver is what it amounts to. Anyway, You just take that, you see that it's putting tension in the spring. It wants to go back, so I just spin it over. I would move the pin to the next hole. Sometimes you have to skip holes, so get something sturdy. I had a drill bit handy. I would put that, spin it some more so that I could get a bite, take the pin out like that, put it in the next hole. Anyway, I spun it around about 4 holes until I kept testing the tension, and this is the one that worked. So I relax it back. Now this spring is in tension, and you shall see that it works magically. All right. All right. So I'm pretending I'm leaving. The dog's right behind me. All right. So I open the gate. I just push it a little bit, walk past it, and the gate self-closes and latches. This is Shade Tree Carl signing off till the next project.